So a lot of people this year have been talking about the Xbox and the future of Xbox and how Xbox will be in the few years. And well, it's becoming more increasingly obvious what the future of Xbox is going to look like, and it's probably going to look pretty bleak. Now, again, I think Xbox is a great brand. They just don't have a clue with what they're doing. And it kind of annoys me a little bit. Now, Microsoft, of course, have been pushing more streaming and more Game Pass than ever. In fact, that seems to be all they're pushing, really, Game Pass. Guys, everyone, buy Game Pass, get your games on Game Pass. Now, I don't think Game Pass is a bad thing. PlayStation, have the exact same thing with, PlayStation Plus. We can't exactly just bash Xbox here because they have a subscription service. Because, again, Sony have the exact same thing with the PlayStation. Although it seems like Microsoft are trying to push Game Pass like crazy. It's like they want everyone to be on Game Pass. I mean, they're doing it. That's what they're doing with Call of Duty. The next Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, will be available on Game Pass. The new Indiana Jones they've got coming out, Game Pass. They're really pushing this whole game. And again, fair enough to them. I mean, they clearly want to try and see how much money they can possibly get out of this before either they hit the can and realize that we can't do this anymore and they just leave the console market, or they realize that people aren't going to subscribe anymore. Now, the price of Game Pass hasn't gone up yet. It's already like $20 a month. It's pretty expensive. I think it's a little bit more than PlayStation Plus Essential, which is the equivalent of Game Pass. Obviously, you can get the PlayStation Plus Premium, which I think it costs more than I think Game Pass costs more than that, I think. And Game Pass is nearly $200 a year, I think, isn't it? Quite expensive. Now, obviously, Xbox have been pushing cloud gaming for quite some time now. Now, a lot of people have been kind of pushing cloud gaming. Nvidia do it. And obviously, we've seen people like Google Stadia try this. Now, Xbox, again, they really have been pushing this. And in fact, they put out a little thing not long ago. No console, no problem. Xbox Gaming is coming to select Amazon Fire TV sticks, where you'll be able to play any game directly from the Xbox app. Now, when I hear something like that, it makes me think, oh no, is this the end of Xbox? Are you trying to get rid of the Xbox? Is that what you're trying to do here? Oh, yeah, guys, no console, no problem. Just stream your games here. Yeah. No console, no problem. Is that what are they trying to... I mean, are they trying to get more people to go through that so they can, pay for Game Pass? I don't know if you can stream through Game Pass Core. I think it's only Game Pass Ultimate, if I'm correct in saying. So are they trying to just get more people to be playing? I mean, playing Call of Duty through an Amazon Fire Stick probably won't be the greatest experience out there, especially streaming that thing. Streaming multiplayer games, again, isn't very great. But I'm just kind of wondering what is going on at Xbox. I know we've been saying for months that, Xbox has got an internal problem. They've got people that don't even know what they're doing. The higher-ups just don't even care about the brand anymore. It's become sort of a joke of a console, and everybody's laughing at it, and it's become a laughing stock within the gaming scene, is the fact that nobody at Xbox actually cares about anything, what they're doing anymore. If you look back in history, you'd be very surprised that these guys were the ones who came up with the Xbox 360. An absolute powerhouse of a gaming machine. Yeah, it did lose eventually to the PS3, but I'd say they were pretty much neck and neck, these consoles. They were very, very close. Obviously, the PS3 ended up at the end of the cycle, ended up just nicking it by, I think, 2 million. It ended up beating it by just 2 million extra sales of consoles. But, it doesn't really matter. The Xbox 360 was a culture classic. Everybody loved it. It was a powerhouse. They really, really cared about the 360. Heck, even the Xbox original, they really cared about pushing that to, I think, 20-something million. It sold for a console that just comes out like that. That's pretty impressive. I mean, if we look at other consoles that have come out, look at the Ouya, for instance, boom, nowhere. Releasing a console these days like that is pretty impressive. I mean, even back then, with all, and that's when Sega and stuff were in the car. It's made me realize that Xbox just knew what they were doing, and a lot of developers preferred them because it was, simpler development and stuff like that. So that's why a lot of developers actually loved them. I think it would use DirectX, so it was quite similar to the development on PC, So a lot of developers were, oh, wow, the Xbox, this is brilliant. But you're looking at Xbox now, and it's just like, they really just don't want people to own a console anymore, do they? Hey, guys, guess what? Yeah, you don't need an Xbox anymore. Yeah, just get rid of the Xbox and just stream the games from your TV. Now, I understand this is a pretty cool feature. Yeah, not everyone might own an Xbox, and it's branching into newer people. But the way they're promoting it, to me anyway, kind of makes me feel it's like, oh yeah, no console, no problem. Yeah, just stream the games like that. It's like, well, so what is the point of a console then? Yeah, I mean, obviously we all know streaming games is not the greatest thing ever. The quality is very lackluster. I have tried the Xbox xCloud, whatever it's called. It's not really the best thing ever. It's decent at most, but yeah, it's not something I would entirely hype up and say is the best thing I've ever seen. It's pretty mediocre, the quality. It's very blurry at times. And bear in mind, I'm hardwired in. I'm playing from a cable. So, it just makes me think, why? Why promote this thing like crazy when the quality is, pretty mediocre? I'm not going to blame that 100% though, because I guess that depends on your Wi-Fi, but let's be honest, the average person using a Fire Stick isn't really going to have their TV plugged. You can plug TVs in the Ethernet, but I don't know why. The quality is just not going to be great, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what Microsoft are thinking. Are they just trying to get as many people to, buy that subscription? Hey, guys, buy the subscription. We want to artificially inflate our subscription numbers. Oh, yeah, look at all these people on Xbox. And apparently people were counting that Fire Stick sales were Xbox sales and stuff like that. Come on, guys. This is the type of stuff that I'm kind of, done within the Xbox community, stuff like this. Now, I get it. PlayStation fans are just as toxic. In fact, I think console wars are the sort of weirdest thing in gaming. Why would you really care what platform someone plays on? But I mean, yeah, Xbox, they definitely aren't helping with that whole console war. They're aiding it at times. And well, this just shows it right here. I don't understand some of the people coming at Microsoft as well, saying that, this you guys are making great consoles and stuff like that. Yeah, they may be, but I don't know, man. It just seems like they don't care anymore. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I love Xbox, man. I love the Xbox ecosystem. Anyway, you can play all the games on the PS5. Sea of Thieves. Just get a PS5. Starfield. Apparently that's going to be releasing, and it's been confirmed. Not really surprising at all, to be honest. I always kind of had the thought of that games like Starfield, the Fallout series, Elder Scrolls, you name it, that's coming from Bethesda, would all launched on Xbox early, and then would later then launch on PlayStation. I thought that was known for quite some time now. Now I understand that to a lot of people that's quite a shock, realizing, oh shit, what was the point of me buying an Xbox? Now I have an Xbox. I mainly use my Xbox for Forza and stuff like that. I just think these days they're kind of pointless for anything else other than a few exclusive games that are really deeply exclusive. I don't know. I think the future of the Xbox is looking very bleak with the way they're going, and they keep saying they want to be in the console market, but they're just not bothering. Do they think by, oh yeah, this is how we're going to sort of save the Xbox console? You know what we should do? Let's put the games on both services. Let's put them on both consoles, these games. People are going to stay on Xbox because they're going to subscribe and blah, blah, blah. So, eventually that's how you kill a console, because they're going to be like, well, wow. I'm kind of on Xbox to experience some of the Xbox exclusives, but I could just buy a PS5 and experience the Xbox exclusives. Yeah, I might have to wait a year or so, but I can still experience them. Plus, I can experience PlayStation's exclusives as well. So I get a sort of 2-in-1 deal package with my console. Something I'd never thought. The only thing I don't get is backwards compatibility. I think that's a pretty fine thing. Wow. Xbox, you really just love slamming people. Now, I'm not saying, I thought Bethesda games were always going to be on PlayStation still. I'm surprised that they aren't. Starfield hasn't launched, although it's not even a year since it launched, so I'm guessing they're waiting close till the release date to launch it onto the PlayStation, and you'll probably see many. Now, Forza, Gears of War, Halo, stuff like that, Fable, I don't know if we're going to see them games come over to the PlayStation. I know Forza is probably one of the biggest games, especially to a lot of people anyway on the Xbox side of things. It's a great game. It's a car game, Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsport. Forza Motorsport is sort of like the Gran Turismo, and then Forza Horizon's like the open world, driving experience you can get. But I think a lot of people, they like it because it's on Xbox as well. It's a really good game, and Xbox and Xbox Studios and stuff like that, they do a good job in doing that sort of stuff. But then you look back and it's like, well, that shit might be on PlayStation. So I don't know, man. It's a bit of a weird time, to be honest, to be sort of an Xbox fan as well and actually like Xbox. It's like, well, I know Xbox and Microsoft and the leadership at Microsoft don't really care anymore about the Xbox. It's been blatantly obvious for quite some time now. The way they treated that sort of news back in February was all I needed to know to realize that they don't care anymore about the console. They don't care. The rumor came out saying, oh, well, these games are going to be coming out to this and this. Obviously, everyone was like, oh, no, this is just another silly rumor. But Microsoft was very, very slow to understand. And it took them almost a week just to announce that, yeah, the rumor that you heard was slightly true. Now, obviously, people were putting in rumors that there was this exclusive coming over. No, there was only a very vague amount of exclusivities coming over. However, it still confirmed that at least something from the Xbox line of exclusivity is actually coming over. Now, I understand Sea of Thieves is quite old now. I think that game launched in 2018, if I remember. And it's a great game. Obviously, yes, it's still quite an old game in terms of that. And it's a fun game as well. But, I'm not really going to say that's a wow type of thing. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to own an Xbox anymore because they're, taking Sea of Thieves down. I do think that it's an unlucky thing. I think that was a confirmation that the worst is yet to come. And that's true, the worst is yet to come with the console market, especially with the Xbox. We're probably going to see more. I think apparently there's going to be more layoffs at Microsoft. I don't know whether that's in the Xbox department. I'm not really sure what's going on with Xbox. But that management has me sort of thinking to myself that I don't think they care anymore about Xbox. It's sort of a damage control thing now. They're just like, oh yeah, let's just stop this and stop all this thing going on. I do think, though, eventually people are going to realize, PlayStation is a better alternative. If they start dropping and chopping up some of these exclusives, like maybe Forza and stuff like that, I think some people are going to turn the tide and say, oh well, maybe it is time to actually start to move over a little bit. Now, again, I don't know if any of this is 100% true. Yes, exclusives have already been ported over, but I don't know if it's going to be 100% confirmed whether Starfield is going to come on PlayStation yet. From my understanding anyway, it's probably going to be a year after PlayStation, after it was launched, So we're probably going to see it September time. And what else I think was rumoured? I can't remember what. Indiana Jones, that'll probably launch a year later on PlayStation unless they decide to launch it on the day, which would kind of render the only reason you would buy Indiana Jones on Xbox or Game Pass, to be more specific, is if you just couldn't afford the game outright and it made more convenience that you actually just own the game on Game Pass. But yeah, the future of Xbox is looking very bleak, to say the least. They promoting this whole Fire Stick thing doesn't really give me a whole great amount of confidence in the whole. It just kind of makes me think, okay, no console, no problem, no Xbox anymore. Guys, check out Microsoft Gaming. It just feels like they just don't really care. And I don't know what the Xbox fan base is going to really take of this. I think a lot of people own the Xbox because, well, they probably owned it for a long time. So, what's the point of switching? Everyone has their sort of preferences as to why they use the console or not. I mainly, again, use it for a lot of exclusives like Forza and stuff like that. I'm sure if they brought Forza to PlayStation, I'd go probably straight in full-time on my PlayStation. I just like playing. I could play it on PC, yes, and I do have Forza Horizon 4 on PC. I have it on Steam. Yeah. However, just playing it on a TV, like a 65-inch TV, sometimes it's just incredible. And well, playing that through an Xbox is probably the best alternative because it doesn't screen tear like crazy compared to, say, plugging a PC into a 60Hz TV. However, I do think that, Microsoft, again, the leadership is really, really, really shoddy, should I say. So we're probably going to see worse things to come from Xbox and Microsoft and you name it in that sort of realm. I don't know what that's going to affect. Will that affect exclusives? Will that affect the Xbox brand? Xbox went down the other day as well. And their sort of reaction to that was very weird. It's like they didn't really care. I think it almost took 5 hours. It was trending on Twitter for a while. Obviously, Xbox support put out blah, blah, blah. It's stuff like that kind of makes me realize, it's so obvious you don't really give a shit about your customers anymore, is it? You're like, you at this point, you actually just want them to buy a PlayStation. Is it like a fetish you've got? You're like, please buy a PlayStation, guys. Please buy a PlayStation. If you don't buy a PlayStation, we'll be angry, type of thing. Because that's the only thing I'm getting from this, the fact that you have a fetish of people wanting to buy PlayStations. Because if not, then I don't know what's going on at the market, and I don't know what's going on at the management at Xbox, but it really needs sorting out. That's if it hasn't already been ceased I don't really know anymore with the whole Xbox Microsoft brand within the gaming sector. Third party is looking more likely every day of the year. And it's just, it is really a shame, to be honest with you, to kind of be on the Xbox sort of front. What are you doing, Microsoft? Man, what are you doing? You know, you really should be listening to your community. I understand, yeah, you're probably going to release Xbox exclusives. The Xbox isn't doing great in the terms of what you want it to do, from my understanding anyway. But yeah, who really knows what the future will hold of the Xbox brand? I just really hope that if it still exists in, I don't know, 5 years' time, that they haven't killed it off with some more stupid stuff. Obviously, they've taken down Forza Horizon 4. Oh, well, they will be taking that game down. I mean, that's obvious why they've done that. They've done that purely because of licensing. A lot of people keep bringing that up, saying, "Oh, Microsoft is bad." It's. I mean, if you played every other Forza, you'd understand that they've pretty much all been taken off the store, and you can't get them anymore. And that's been a thing for, again, a long time. You can't buy Forza Horizon 2 anymore, Forza Horizon 3, and soon to be Forza Horizon 4. And God help, Forza Horizon 5 will probably be next when Forza Horizon 6 launches. So, I don't know, man. It's a shame to see what's going on with the Xbox brand. I really hope they don't bring Forza over to PlayStation, because I think that would be the end for a lot of people with having an Xbox. It's a shame, really. It is a shame.